In this video, we will show you how to file a Winegrower tax return. We protect all of your confidential information throughout the filing process. To begin the process, first go to the website cdtfa.ca.gov and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services portal. In order to file a Winegrower tax return, you must log in with a username and password. If you do not have a username and password and need assistance, please watch our tutorials online. The next step is to identify the account type for which you are filing. In this example, we are filing a return for a Winegrower Direct Wine Shippers account. Then click on the File, Pay, and View link located here. On the CDTFA online filing page, we will enter our username and password, then click Login. On the Login homepage, under the Accounts tab, we will click on the Winegrower Shipper hyperlink. This will take us to the Winegrower Direct Wine Shipper account page. Under the Periods tab, click on the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the third quarter 2019 period, which is displayed by its return end date of September 30th, 2019. The Initial Questions page is to advise us if you have imports of wine into California during this reporting period. In our example, we will select Yes that we have imported wine into California, and another question will populate, providing an option to manually enter the schedule or upload an Excel workbook. We will select Manually and click Next. This will take us to the Wine Imported into California page. To get started, we will click on Add a Record. A box will pop up and we must enter all the required information in order to proceed. After entering all the information, we will click on Add. The information we just entered will populate on the table. We can verify the name of the common carrier and the associated gallons reported. To delete a record, we can click on the X. To make edits to this row, click on the pencil and pad icon. And to add an additional record, click on the Add a Record link. Once we have added all our imports, we will proceed by clicking Next. This will take us to the Still Wine Not Over 14% page. The still wine imports from your CDTFA 269WG are listed in the transactions. In this example, we will report 5 gallons removed from bond. Here you can report any applicable exemptions for this category. In this example, we will report federal tax-paid wine exported outside of California of 3 gallons and other exemptions for spoiled wine of 10 gallons. Please note, pre-authorization is required for destruction of spoiled beer or wine pursuant to Alcohol Beverage Tax Regulation 2552. Then we will click Next. The wine over 14% and hard cider imports from your CDTFA 269WG are listed in the transactions. Here you can report any applicable exemptions for this category. In this example, we will report an imported in or bulk transfers to U.S. Internal Revenue Bond of 35 gallons. Note that imported in or bulk transfers to Internal Revenue Bond cannot be greater than what was imported into California. We will correct our error for this example and will report an imported in or bulk transferred to U.S. Internal Revenue Bond of 15 gallons. Click Next. This next slide shows your transactions for sparkling wine. Here you can add any exemptions for this category. In this example, we will report no exemptions. Click Next. The Schedule A is the summary of wine in bond, transferred, exported, and in inventory for still wine not over 14%. In this example, in Section 1, Bulk Wines, we will report 10 gallons transferred in bond to another seller within California and 200 gallons of inventory on hand at the end of the reporting period. Section 2, Bottled Wines, has no inventory. Click Next. The Schedule A is the summary of wine in bond, transferred, exported, and in inventory for still wine, over 14%, and hard cider. In this example, in Section 1, Bulk Wines, we will report only inventory on hand at the end of the reporting period of 45 gallons. Inventory on hand at the end of the reporting period includes the 15 gallons received as imported in or bulk transfers to U.S. Internal Revenue Bond. Section 2, Bottled Wines, has no inventory. Click Next. The Schedule A is the summary of wine in bond, transferred, exported, and in inventory for sparkling wine. In this example, in Section 1, Bulk Wines, we will report only the inventory on hand at the end of the reporting period, which is 50 gallons. Section 2, Bottled Wines, has no inventory. Click Next. On the attachments page, additional information is required if spoiled alcohol or other exemptions were reported. In our example, we reported 10 gallons of spoiled still wine, over 14%, and we need to add the authorization of destruction of beer and wine. To upload this information, we will click on Add and use the drop-down menu to select the attachment type. Add a description of the file. Use the Choose File button to navigate to your file, then click Save. To add additional documents, click Add. If you have no further attachments, click Next to continue. The summary page gives you a summary of the tax for each alcohol category and a total of tax due or refund claimed. If you need to make edits, click on Previous, otherwise click Next. Enter your required information and click Submit. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read the information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This will serve as your authorization and confirmation. You will not receive a confirmation email. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. If you still have questions, please call our customer service center at 1-800-400-7115.